Hello, Tarnished, and welcome back to another Souls-like video. Imagine a world where every challenge in a game is optional, where bosses aren't scary, platforming isn't punishing, and every victory feels hollow. Kinda boring, right? That's exactly what we're talking about today. Why Hollow Knight Silksong doesn't need an easy mode, why its difficulty is part of what makes it a masterpiece. Silksong isn't just hard. Every enemy, every platform, every boss fight is carefully designed to test you. The game isn't about punishing you randomly, it's about precision. Learning attack patterns, reading enemy behavior, and timing your jumps and dodges is essential. Even the little encounters matter. Tiny enemies can combo together in ways that punish sloppy movement, turning even a simple hallway into a strategic puzzle. That's the genius of the game. It doesn't just throw difficulty at you for fun, it teaches you through experience. And when you finally beat a boss, after hours of failing, it's not just satisfaction, it's euphoria. That's something an easy mode can never replicate. Unlike the original Hollow Knight, which eased you in gradually, Silksong accelerates the challenge from the start. It expects you to think, react, and master your abilities almost immediately, and that's intentional. Team Cherry didn't design Silksong to be a casual stroll. Every spike, every platform, every enemy placement is part of their artistic vision. Introducing an easy mode would compromise that vision. The tension, the thrill, the satisfaction of overcoming difficult encounters, it's all part of the game's art. The game's highs and lows, the thrill of narrowly escaping death, the satisfaction of landing a perfect combo, they all feed into the experience. Diluting that with an easy mode would strip away its soul. And let's face it, art is subjective. Not everyone is going to love the challenge, and that's okay. But that doesn't mean the game is wrong. It's meant to be experienced as designed. Here's an analogy that really hits home. If you asked for a hard mode in Animal Crossing, people would be confused, right? That game isn't about testing skill, it's about relaxing, decorating, building a world at your own pace. Making it harder would break the core experience because the challenge isn't the point of the game. It's not that the game is bad, it's just designed with a completely different intention. Video games are art, and like any art form, they're subjective. What resonates with one player might frustrate another. The difficulty of a game isn't just a number on a scale, it's part of the emotional experience that the creators design. Silksong isn't too hard, it's crafted to make you feel tension, anticipation, and satisfaction. Those moments of near death, perfect dodges, and ultimate victory, that's the emotional core of the game. You can't take every game and expect it to suit every player perfectly. Asking for an easy mode in Silksong is like asking a painter to change the contrast in a dramatic painting just because you want it softer, or telling a composer to simplify a symphony because some listeners might struggle with the fast passages. You wouldn't do that for any other art form, so why should games be any different? And here's an important point. Wanting to change what the developers created to suit your time or convenience is frankly disrespectful in my opinion. Team Cherry spent 7 years crafting Silksong, designing every enemy, platform, and boss to create a very specific experience. Suggesting that it should be altered for ease ignores the immense care, dedication, and artistry that went into it. The beauty of video games being art is that they allow for a spectrum of experiences. Some games are relaxing, some are thrilling, some are punishingly hard. Silksong's difficulty is its artistic voice. It tells a story through challenge, tension, and mastery. And just like any art, it won't resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Not every game has to be accessible in the same way, and difficulty doesn't make a game bad, it makes it intentional. So when you play Silksong, remember, you're not just playing a game, you're experiencing a carefully crafted piece of art. And as with all art, it's okay if it's not for everyone. That doesn't make it any less brilliant. Now the community is split on this one. Some players say the game is too hard, and okay, it is tough, but it's not unfair. One Reddit user said, "Not all of us are pros, but the game doesn't feel unfair, it challenges you in the right ways." Mods have emerged that allow people to tweak difficulty, but here's the key. These are optional. The base game maintains its challenge, and that challenge is part of why it's so beloved. Easy mode isn't necessary when players have the tools to make it work for themselves. And here's where I want to get personal for a second. I play hard games, and I love them. Not for the ego, not for bragging, but because I actually enjoy the challenge itself. Just because I enjoy hard games, Souls like Silksong, Dark Souls, you name it, doesn't mean I'm trying to feed my ego or gatekeep anyone. I generally enjoy the challenge. I like games that push me, that make me think, that reward skill and patience. And here's the thing, people who criticize hard games or Souls-like games in general often say the same thing. Not everyone needs to feed their ego. They say, just give us an easy mode, it's not that deep, it's just a video game. I get that argument, but the exact same logic applies the other way around. Silksong doesn't need an easy mode, it doesn't have to be changed to suit every player, just play it as intended, it's not that deep, it's just a video game. I don't criticize players who love cozy games like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, I just don't play those games, because they're not for me. So why should my favorite game suddenly be reshaped to accommodate a completely different style? Hard games aren't about ego, they're about enjoying the challenge and the satisfaction that comes from overcoming it on your own terms. Difficulty doesn't just test skill, it builds community. Every tough boss, every tricky platform, every near-death moment sparks conversation. Strategies are shared, guides are written, memes are made, and players bond over the struggle. Easy mode, you lose all of that. The shared struggle, the "we did it" feeling, and the satisfaction of conquering something truly difficult. And let's be honest, bragging rights don't really matter, but nothing feels as good as defeating a boss you thought was impossible. The feeling that you get from spending hours or days on a Souls-like boss and finally beating it is a feeling I can't describe to you. Like, it's a feeling you need to experience for yourself. And easy mode can't give you that feeling. Accessibility doesn't have to mean lowering difficulty. Remappable controls, colorblind mods, and assistive tools allow more people to enjoy the game without diluting its challenge. You can preserve the difficulty and still be inclusive. That's the sweet spot. But at the end of the day, the difficulty is the magic. Every spike, every jump, every boss fight is crafted to make you feel. You feel tension, satisfaction, relief, and pride. That emotional journey is why Silksong resonates with players. Easy mode, you lose all of that. And that emotional payoff is what makes the game unforgettable, in my opinion. So, what do you think? Should Silksong stay true to its challenging roots, or do you wish for an easy mode? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your takes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more in-depth discussion about Souls-likes and games that respect your skill. And if you haven't already, please head on over to my Twitch at LimeryEN so you can watch me play Souls-like games on the daily. Until next time, keep surviving, keep thriving, and embrace the challenge. Goodbye, TARDIS!